But first, we want to begin with 2 people dead. This is after an overnight fire at a home in southwest Atlanta. Thanks so much for joining us for Fox 5 News at 6 on this Sunday. I'm Eric Perry. Neighbors describing one of the victims as a loving grandfather and just a kind person. Fox 5's Ray Urena reports and says firefighters were the flames so intense they had to evacuate the home themselves.
Behind me is what's left of this single-story home after a deadly overnight fire in southwest Atlanta. Neighbors have identified one of the victims as a 49-year-old man who was a grandfather and was well-liked. Firefighters were seen packing up hours after a fire sparked at this home in southwest Atlanta. Atlanta Fire Rescue says crews were called at about 4:15 Sunday morning to a home on Valley Ridge Drive.
Upon arrival, our initial incident commander noticed fire stretching the span of the house from the garage porch all the way over to the residential sleeping areas on the first floor.
Firefighters say when crews arrived, they tried to put out the flames and searched the first floor of the home. While in that search, firefighters determined there was heavy fire in the basement and attic and evacuated due to safety concerns.
At that time, we did adjust our strategy to a defensive mode to do a blitz attack, get a lot of water on that fire so we can go ahead and see what we can do.
Once crews were able to get back inside, firefighters found 2 people dead on the first floor. Multiple neighbors identified one of the victims as 49-year-old Nicholas McLester. Neighbors say he was a grandfather, had 2 children, and lived there for more than 20 years.
We are in a salvage and overhaul stage where we make sure that the properties do not catch back on fire. Anything that can be salvaged and the property is saved.
Investigators have not released the name of the other person who died in the fire. Hours later, video showed the roof of the house caved in and family and friends arrived to mourn the loss of a loved one. Firefighters say the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Reporting in southwest Atlanta, Ray Urena, Fox 5 News.
All right, Ray, thanks so much. Police need your help finding the person behind the wheel of a hit and run yesterday. They've been identified as Jacob Connell of Jonesboro. Police say Connell left the scene of a 2-car crash on Highway 81 that left several people with minor injuries. Police have issued arrest warrants for Connell for failure to maintain lane and hit and run, also drug possession. If you know where he might be, contact police. The fallout over fires at I-85 continues as residents beg government officials to clear homeless encampments, putting them and others, they say, at risk. Allie Levine is live from the Cedar Chase condos there in the Lindbergh, I believe, area. Allie, what are the residents telling you about this?
Yeah, you know, these residents at the Cedar Chase condominium say they have been dealing with campfires in and around their property for years. And actually, we can smell those campfires right now. We can also hear cars whizzing past on I-85. That's because this community is right by the interstate, that same interstate where a fire sparked under a bridge on Monday, sending smoke pluming onto the interstate. And a resident of the community sent us this video taken this week, many more taken Monday through Thursday. And you can see flames in what appears to be a homeless encampment. The residents here at Cedar Chase condominium say they have been battling this issue for almost a decade. We spoke with Corey Knopp, who told us he would think after the catastrophic bridge collapse in 2017 and the Cheshire Bridge fires in recent years, a permanent solution would have been found by now.
I think we just want a solution, right? We want leaders to take accountability and come up with an actual solution and work with the community to find something that's going to be long-lasting, that's going to benefit this area, not just this area, but the people who are being displaced, right? There's a lot of conversations that probably need to be happen and something that can't be solved overnight, but there needs to be collaboration from government officials.
You know, we reached out to Representative Stacey Evans of District 57, and in a statement, she acknowledged the danger of these fires and how difficult they are to address. And she also acknowledged just the challenge of this particular issue because of the city and state jurisdiction on the property around this issue. And she says officials are aware and in communication about efforts to find a solution. Also worth noting, flooding. We reached out to GDOT and APD, and we're going to have much more on this coming up tonight at 10 and 11 o'clock. For now, reporting live in Atlanta, Allie Levine, Fox 5.
Yeah, we all remember that 2017 bridge collapse. No one wants that again. Allie, thanks so much.